It's your girl Tiffany, but I'm Malicious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces high priestess, aka the lady that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one who isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on today. If y'all would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. This is going to be a general reading for the overall collective of any zodiac sign, so please take the messages that apply, leave the ones that do not. Remember that this reading can apply to your past, your present, or your future, as well as it may be pertaining to you or any and everyone in between that you may or may not know. With that being said, guys, we are going to get started. As I said, I hope y'all are doing well, guys, okay? So, I actually have a child message for this reading, guys, okay? So, this actually kind of came to me the other day. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? You damn sure right. I will have you guys, okay? So, the overall channeled energy is, or the channeled message is, why didn't our elders, teachers, preachers, or leaders warn us to be aware or protect ourselves from spell work? Okay? And then I got, it's because they are the witches, the warlocks, the sorcerers, the dark priests and the dark priest and priestess that we need protection from. Okay, which is explain why they never warned us of these things, why they never told us about these things, why they didn't teach us to protect ourselves from these things. And if you think about it, all those persons are people who we encounter in the beginning of our lives, okay? With your family, okay? Which would be your elders, okay? Your teachers in school, if you were raised up in the church, the preachers, and then everybody else that you encounter in the world, your leaders, okay? Um, None of these people warned us. None of these people prepared us. None of these people taught us to protect ourselves. And just think about it. You know what I'm saying? We were told so many different things. Okay, we know about stranger danger. We were told, oh, don't talk to strangers. Don't get in cars with strangers. We were warned of gang violence and getting involved with the wrong crowd. We were told to say no to drugs. We were warned about a lot of different things growing up, okay? But the majority of you unless like there some of you all probably have some of you all have elders who uh what do I want to say? Like past their knowledge or skill or ability or what have you down to other generations, okay? Um but there was a lot of us who was left out, okay? So some of you all who say like, well, in the United States, like it may be different in other cultures, okay? Because other cultures of people outside of Americans are and that goes for every other culture seems to be way more family oriented and well knit um, within their communities, okay? And it doesn't matter like the actual, the natural Africans, Jamaicans, Asians, Mexicans, like all the other cultures of people, they seem to be very strong in their, you know what I'm saying, in their family dynamic. So whatever knowledge that they had, whatever skills that they had, they would pass it down from generation to generation to generation. In America, it's different though. Okay, it's you do see Italians, okay, like a lot of your Caucasian people, okay, um who are like that, okay, which is why you see a lot of them with the wealth that they have today and power that they have today or what have you. And this is how they acquired their power and their wealth and stayed in those positions, okay? But others of, everybody else pretty much was literally uh, broken, if you will. We were literally segregated within our own races, like our own cultures or what have you. So you do have other cultures of people in the United States of America, okay? But persons in the America, or especially persons who are um, born Americans or what have you, um, frankly, to be honest with you, whether you all know or not, many of your elders sold out a long time ago. Okay, so after a certain generation, it's not that they didn't have any skill or knowledge or anything like that or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. After certain pacts and deals and things that were made, this is how slavery was able to come to an end. This is the pacts and the deals that it was made for slavery to come to an end, for segregation to come to an end, and different things like that. Okay, and why things changed the way it did. Okay, and part of those pacts and those deals, if you would notice, after a certain generation, certain knowledge, skill, power in certain things wasn't passed down to other generations. Okay, so many of you who were unaware about certain things until maybe you were full grown and went through an awakening on your own and learned things on your own or what have you, um it probably stopped at like your great great grandparents, either your great great grandparents or your great 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 grandparents. Okay, um three times removed, either two times or three times removed, either your great great grandparents or your great 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 grandparents. Okay, um, would be where things changed, stopped, and like you know what I'm saying? Okay, and it's only certain people who had this certain knowledge of these things or what have you, about specific things or what have you. Like if you are from like New Orleans, Louisiana, and different places like that or whatever, certain places where um, certain cultures of people are and different things like that. Yeah, some of you all, not even all of those persons from those places, your grandparents, you may have gotten some type of knowledge from either your grandparents or your parents. Okay, um, but there's vastly different levels to things. Okay, just like when it could like voodoo. Okay, voodoo was brought to America by the West Africans who were enslaved, who were like abducted and enslaved in America. You understand what I'm saying? But like different things come from different cultures. Okay, so voodoo stems from there. Okay, I believe black magic actually stems from like the Caucasians. Okay, just like Santeria is like Latinas and different things like come from cultures like that or what have you. So different aspects of dark magic and different things like that comes from different cultures. Okay, and in today's people who know of these things use a combination of all of these things and different things like that. But the vast majority, so if you were talking about in the terms of um all of, just take the United States, because like I said, it's different in other cultures. Okay, like Asian cultures, Japanese cultures, all these other cultures of people, whatever knowledge and power and skill and ability they have, they wholeheartedly, you know what I'm saying, they have strong values and family dynamics and different things. They pass all of their knowledge down to all of their people, every generation. Okay, um, whether one of their generation stray from whatever, that's besides the point. It's about the information still coming down, the knowledge still coming down, being taught. It's not, if they do stray, it's not because they didn't know, type of things or what have you. In America, you just have people who do not know. Things were purposely hidden from you, purposely kept secret from you. Okay, or you were purposely lied or misled about things, or given false informations about things, or told regurgitated lies. Okay, and it's because of the deals and the pacts that was made. Okay, because what freedoms, the freedoms that people think that they have, like I said, um that shit came at a cost. Okay, those the people in power didn't say, you know what, we are wrong for enslaving people and segregating people and doing this to the good old merit, people or whatever. We're just not going to do this anymore. No, baby. There was like, they didn't just decide to become good people one day and be like, you know what, we're not going to do this. This is not right. No, there were certain deals, certain pacts and different things that they was made, but it came at a price. It came at a cost. You understand what I'm saying? And this is how they basically what term can I use? Diluted, broke down a lot of stronger cultures. This is the reason why, and this is the reason why when it comes to what they call African Americans or black people in America, we're one of the main races for whatever reason. Okay, these people were intimidated by the strength of African Americans. We our culture wholeheartedly was dismantled from within. We were segregated within our own race, torn down, broken, all kinds of things. And in the midst of that, you were brainwashed and dumbed down and put under mind control, and you was trained to protect your oppressors, okay, and some more shit like that, or what have you. And this is the reason that when it comes to your great great grandparents and your great 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 grandparents or whatever, how they finally ended up getting their freedoms later on in life, and you know what I'm saying. And then you go into your grandparents and your parents and your different things like that or whatever. By the time you got to your grandparents and your parents and different things like that or what have you, the entire whole cultures and family dynamics and different things changed, because we were at this point we were being lied to. Even your elders that knew of certain things, they were so spooked by what had occurred before. They for the sake of their freedoms and different things like that, there was just certain things that wasn't passed down, that wasn't taught, and different things. But like I said, there are a few, it still has crept into certain um households, and but it's still not the entire your entire generation. You know what I'm saying? From generation to generation, the entire everybody in your family is aware of these things. Those of you who have knowledge of certain things, you had an elder at some point in time in your childhood that was a part of these things and shared the knowledge of these things with you. They either seen something in you, selected you for having that knowledge, holding that knowledge, and shared it with you. It still wasn't like a thing where, like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you pass knowledge down from generation to generation, it's the entire generation. You know what I'm saying? It would be all your siblings who would have this knowledge, all of your cousins who would have this knowledge, all of your aunts and uncles who would have this knowledge, all of your grandparents, all your parents, and so forth and so forth, from every generation to every generation. And you would pass it down to your children. Your children would pass it down to their children. You know what I'm saying? And so forth on down. That's how you pass down information and knowledge from generation to generation, to keep that strong family dynamic of the knowledge, the power, and the skill and different things that you have, or what have you. So this is the channel message that we have today. So why didn't our elders, our teachers, our preachers, our leaders warn us to be aware and to protect ourselves from spell work, from witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo, hoodoo, hexes, curses, spells, evil eyes, santeria, and all other forms of dark arts? And spirits say it's because they are the witches and the warlocks, the sorcerers and the sorceress, the dark priest and the dark priestess that we needed protection from. But we were not aware of these things. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us. The most we knew about witches and different things like that, or what have you, was something you probably seen, that was made funny or something like that on a TV show or a movie or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't least bit think that such a thing was going on in the real world. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't know anything about I didn't know anything about secret societies until I went through an awakening. It wasn't until I went through my, it wasn't until I awakened, okay, and my awakening started when I was like 28 years old. So by the time I was 30, the veil had like actually been lifted from my eyes, and I was seeing things clearly, but I had no idea. um and like throughout my entire life, I have been literally surrounded by military officials, Eastern Stars, Freemasons, and witches, and warlocks my entire fucking life, and did not know. There was only, but like my soul can identify with witches. Like there's certain things that don't spook me. There was one person that I knew for sure when I was a kid was a witch. And she didn't spook me, she didn't scare me or anything, but I knew as a kid that she was a witch. Um, and you know what I'm saying, she didn't bother me or anything like that or whatever. If she ever did anything to me, it was behind my back or in secret without my knowledge or what have you. But when I seen her, the times that I went to her home, different things like that, I knew she was a witch. I knew when I was a kid that she was a witch. And it's quite interesting what her name is, which I don't speak ill of the dead. She's deceased now, or what have you, and I'm not speaking ill of her. It's just who she was as a person, or what have you. But it's quite interesting her name. And who her name make reference to, spiritually. Speaking anyway, but she was the one that I knew matter of factly. Now when I was in my when I was like a preteen, out of a hatred and spitefulness, probably from the opposite side of the people who were supposed to be my family, talking about people on the other side of my supposed family. I was told that they were witches and they were into spell work and different things like that or what have you. um which didn't spook me, didn't scare me. As I, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, I was like, you know what I'm saying, like you have to show me, let me see, I want to know for myself or whatever. I'm not just gonna take your word for it or what have you. But even so, like, it didn't spook me, it didn't scare me or anything like that or what have you. But you know what I'm saying. And so when you think of things like that, you would think these is like, little isolated people, like, you know what I'm saying, like kind of how it was back in the day. Like you might have a whole entire community, and there was this one uh witch in the community that all the younger people was either spooked by, or made fun of, or the townspeople uh spread little gossip about and different things like that or what have you. There would be one person out of however many people's in that damn community or that town or what have you back in the day or what have you. But this shit is like rampant now. It's like every fucking where. But anyway, so like, and I was so upset when I awakened because I had ended up writing some poems and I was talking about certain things or whatever. And I was so upset because I was led by spirit to like write these poems and speak about certain things. But like, I don't like baby step ass shit. And spirit baby steps people. Okay, when you go through an awakening, you're like baby steps. Okay, so even when you awaken to one thing, when you have an awakening and you awaken, you're still being baby stepped in your awakening. It's not you get a full blown awakening all at one time. It comes in baby steps. So if you are awakened to this, you're not awakened to something else until later. And so it pissed me off because I ended up writing some things and putting it out. You know what I'm saying? And I would look at certain things. I'd be like, how awful is it for them Caucasian people to be a part, to be a part of this? No idea. I done grew up the fuck around blacker than black people who are a part of the same shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of people put stereotypes on a lot of different people, and you put it on a whole fucking race of a people, and you ignorantly unaware of your own kind, your own people, and all other kind of cultures of people who is doing the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I kid y'all not. I never knew, and I literally grew up around. I swear to God, I grew up around more military officials, Eastern Stars, Freemasons, witches and warlocks like all my fucking life and had no idea that they were that until after I went through an awakening. But it pissed me off because when I put the poems out, it made it seem like, oh my God, I'm speaking on these people in a disrespectful manner, and it pissed me off so bad because the words say you are to teach your children in the way in which you would have them to go. Now I got people upset with me about speaking about something that I didn't know that I I shouldn't necessarily spoke on in that way because you motherfuckers started to fuck around me and have been around me all the time. You don't understand what I'm saying? So now I got people upset with me about speaking on a particular thing that I wasn't even made aware of. Like, growing up, I was a total fucking square. Like, I was like shielded from a lot of fucking things. Okay, there was a lot of things that I was either straight up lied to about or it was straight up hidden from me. You understand what I'm saying? And so, even though they was doing a lot of mind control and different things like that on me and different things like that, there was just a lot of things that was like purposely hidden from me and kept secret from me that was like right in my face, but I never fucking knew. And I'm like, the audacity of you bitches or whatever, because from the black churches to the black people, they are such fucking hypocrites because they be some of the main ones that act like they just are saved and sanctified and liveth and holier than thou and all this other stuff is of the world. And y'all would be surprised all the shit that goes on from the black churches, the black families, and some more shit that gets put off a lot of time on other cultures of fucking people, and it's damn show going on in their churches and in their fucking homes, and it's just bullshit. I feel betrayed more about the black church than I do the government or the entirety of the world. You know what I'm saying? And the government, they in a class of all of their own with their lies, deceptions, manipulations, and fucking trickery and different things or whatever. But y'all, I get y'all not. It wasn't until I went to the awakening that I knew anything. I heard anything about a cult, a coven, a secret. I didn't even know cults and covens existed. Like, for real? You know what I'm saying? I know what a convent was, like, you know what I'm saying, for the Catholics, and the nuns and different things like that, or what have you. I'm also eerily drawn to them in some type of way. It's got to be from a past life or something like that because I've never been Catholic in this lifetime or what have you. But it's not necessarily the Catholic religion. It is the nuns that I'm drawn to, and that whole communal type of living in the lifestyle of the nuns. It has to come from a past life, but I feel so drawn to them for some reason. But so yeah, it was like I knew about that, but I didn't know people. There was like cults and covens for real, and secret fucking societies. I didn't know what a Jesuit the hell was. A Knights and Templars, of Skulls and Bones, a Freemason, a Eastons. I have no idea. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And so when I awakened to it, I'm like, well, how awful is it for these people of this other race to be a part of these things, and they in these things and they doing these things, awful things to people? How awful is that? And here it is, they all around me, y'all. Okay, and so then I'm driving around and I'm like, these motherfuckers got Masonic lodges in plain fucking sight. Fucking eagles with two damn heads and wings and shit. There's Masonic lodges that's hidden within communities in certain places. I was just starting to see shit that has always been there that I had never seen. We got one of the biggest, hugest fucking Masonic lodges right in downtown fucking Little Rock right the fuck now. I didn't see this bitch. I just so happened my daughter was on a field trip one day. And I didn't trust her going on this field trip. So I let her go on the fucking field trip, but I ended up at the time they were supposed to be going. I ended up following them and just parking a distance away because my daughter has a disability. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that she was gonna be okay and she was gonna be handled properly. Yo, where I ended up parking, I was right next to the Masonic lodge. Okay, and I ended up looking over and I'm seeing all the signs. I said, what the is this? So this is how spirit awaken you to certain things, and you know what I'm saying, it's little bit by little bit, and sometimes you feel like you've been tricked and bamboozled by the most high in certain things or what have you, because I was so upset and I'm like, okay, so like, you know what I'm saying. So And like I said, how the words say, you're supposed to teach your children in the way that you would have them to go. If you're not teaching them anything and you're lying to them and you're hiding things from them and you're keeping secrets from them, you're not passing knowledge down to them that they're supposed to have in different things. How are they supposed to fucking know? Then when they happen to speak about something and they go through awakening and talk about something, now everybody is in a haste to tear this fucking person down. Like, even the worst thing in the fucking world, they're being targeted about, you know what I'm saying, by persons in power about shit that they didn't even fucking know because you was too stupid to fucking tell them and teach them for your own selfish ass reasons, because you're fucking sellouts. You're in the pockets of the satanic powers that be, and you stepping and fetching for the fucking man. So you know what I'm saying? It's just like teaching your children to have manners. Every parent teach their children to have manners. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Please. Thank you. May I? This is common fucking courtesy. So if there's certain groups and organizations and different things like that is going on, and you are a part of these things, you don't hide this from. You didn't got to tell me the secret fucking knowledge of what's going on inside the damn, you know what I'm saying, especially when it comes to like the secret societies, because they got secret codes and you know what I'm saying, you have to be a member to have certain information. But that's something different than the surface of the organization. You know what I'm saying? When somebody is in a sorority or fraternity, you may not know everything that goes on in that sorority or fraternity to know, but it's okay for you to know that somebody's in a sorority fraternity. The society ain't fucking secret. Maybe what goes on inside of the society is the fuck secret. You got more people walking around now with Masonic rings and Masonic shirts and hats and bumper stickers and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got all kinds of little doodads and trinkets and shit. So knowing you in a secret society is not a fucking secret. At least a person knowing enough to know, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's not wise to speak against this organization or to rise up against this or anything. Just the surface level of it. You just have a person that is blissfully ignorant, blind to something entirely. Y'all, I had no idea. And so it wasn't until I started being, that was when I awakened. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I realized that I was being targeted that I even realized that there were like real fucking witches around here. I'm talking about like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like from demons to people to actual people being under demonic possession to like actual real fucking evil witches. You know what I'm saying? I got witching in my DNA too, but I'm not a wicked fucking witch. You understand what I'm saying? Like that evil should be on a whole nother level. Like these bitches be like, you know, this should be darkness be embedded in they fucking bones, they blood. You can see it in their eyes and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the dark witches and warlocks, the sorcerers and dark, like for, I mean, you know, so I'm like, for real? Like y'all like for real? All the whole ass bullshit, you know, come to find out they go all out in the fucking woods and shit all the damn time doing goddamn rituals and different shit and fucking killing people on altars and all kinds of damn shit, conjuring up shit and like, yo, so this is what we're talking about today, okay? Because the majority of us out of the United States alone, out of every citizen within the United States, okay, naturally born within the United States, grew up all your life in the United States, okay, probably it's probably only any either it's probably only 90 or 95, it's probably 90 or 95% of people who are unaware of these things until they go through some type of awakening or um other than that, you know what I'm saying? And so it's only about 5 to maybe 10% of people who family, somebody that they came into contact with taught them about these things, gave them the knowledge about these things, whether it was to include them in these things or not, initiate them into these things or not, or just make them aware of these things just so that they would have the knowledge of these things. You know what I'm saying? Because even that is a difference, okay? You're not giving a person a knowledge on things, okay? It's something vastly different than you giving a person a knowledge about something in an effort to initiate them in, for them to uh, practice in this also. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's the difference. Like, just imagine if you went to school and you were never taught math. You understand what I'm saying? But teaching somebody about math and training someone to be a mathematician is two different things. Both will require you having the knowledge of math. You understand what I'm saying? But just imagine, you can't learn math or have the knowledge of math. Nor could you ever be a mathematician if you're never taught math or taught about math. You understand what I'm saying? Neither was done for many of us, okay? But it, and then you once you do have an awakening in this damn day and time, it pisses you the fuck off. Especially for those of you who were born in, say, like the, well, I'm just say this. Like, I'm an 80s baby. You understand what I'm saying? So if your generation of people born in the 80s was skipped over of being given certain knowledge and certain information, whether you just having the knowledge of it or certain skills being passed down to you, certain abilities being passed down to you for you to practice in as well with this knowledge, okay? Don't it piss you off? And those of you who are targeted individuals, you're going to understand what I mean. It pissed me off when I realized that I was being a targeted individual, because once you are a targeted individual, you get a whole nother awakening, because you begin, all the people that you once believed in and trusted and looked up to, you realize are fucking liars and deceivers. They've lied to you your entire life, okay? You realize that they're the ones that's working against you, that's plotting on you. You realize that they're just not, they have never been truthful. But y'all, it pissed me off to my core to know that there are younger people who are a part of these certain groups and cliques and clubs. And you mean to, I'm older than these motherfuckers? How in the fuck? Now, I don't want to fucking be a part of it, but bitch, at the very least, you should have offered. You know what I'm saying? You ever not really care to have something, but you still feel some type of way, bitch, because nobody ever gave a damn about you to even offer you any fucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like, say if you was a kid. It's 5 kids in a room, and every kid in that room get a popsicle, but you not even offered one. Okay. Now the same scenario. Say you and a group of your kid family, 5 kids in a room. Okay. And say every kid in that room got a popsicle while your back was turned. So not only were you not offered a fucking popsicle like the other fucking kids, okay? You wasn't even aware that they even got a fucking popsicle. And didn't say, come to find out later, they all was given a popsicle and offered a popsicle. They did, so some sneaky shit was done behind your back. You wasn't even offered a popsicle. So I'm using that in this example. But I don't know how many of y'all it boils your fucking blood. Like, I don't want to be in the cults and the covers and the secret society, bitch. But how dare you not offer? You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers didn't ever tell you. You didn't try to initiate me. It wasn't until I went through an awakening that these motherfuckers tried to blackmail me into selling out. No, and so I'm like, no, bitch, you never wanted me to fuck before. I got motherfucking supposed cousins and siblings that's in this fucking shit, bitch, that you chose to fuck over me like I wasn't shit. You didn't try to initiate me. You didn't try to recruit me. You didn't try to fucking indoctrinate me. You didn't offer me in any motherfucking thing, bitch. So don't act like you the fuck want me now. This is the reason why we got real beef around this motherfucker. I'm gonna make stew out that shit. Now, even if I had been away, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying because I won't be a part of it, but the fuck is it's a principle of the whole thing. You did not offer. Which means you didn't have enough, I don't know if it's a thing like, you're not good enough type shit, because that's how it feels like. A motherfucker treating you like you not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if everybody around you is a part of some type of clique or club or group, gang or secret society or cult or coven or whatever. These things may not be things that you want to be a part of, okay? Just take it on a subtle level. Imagine we were in school and say everybody in school was offered to be a part of the drama club, the band club, the creative writer club. Everybody was offered, initiated, indoctrinated, however the fuck you want to look at it, recruited into these clubs, except for you. You didn't even offer me. And it wasn't until I went through a fucking awakening that you tried to blackmail me and trick me into being a part of this shit now. Only then you wanted me, and it was a setup. Just so it could make it easier for you to fucking sacrifice me. You still didn't really want me. But what pisses me off is this motherfuckers who are younger than me in this shit. How the fuck people younger than you in this shit and got more pull the fuck than you, and you older than them? You was here before the fuck them bitches was even thought about. Before they even left they daddy nutsack, bitch, you was here. Before them bitches took their first breath, you was here. And the audacity of them to be here, high stepping like they fucking better than you and some shit. No more than you or some shit. And that's how they treat you. Because that's how it comes off. Oh, we didn't want you. We didn't like you. You wasn't good enough. I don't know if it's that, or maybe because of some type of protection or shielding over your life or something like that, or maybe some type of power within you or something like that. The leaders of these things just knew that, you know what I'm saying, you couldn't be a part of these things, and so this is not why you was on. But I'm telling you, once you wake up and you realize that this is going on, it pisses you the fuck off. Because the people you are being attacked by is treating you like you need to fucking jump on the bandwagon, bitch. You need to get with the program because this is what's the fuck going on. But you want somebody to get with the program that you never even taught them the fuck about, that they never even knew the fuck about, because you hated the fuck from them. They was never worthy of the fucking program or any goddamn thing. But now that a person is awakened and aware, they just supposed to fall the fucking line and get with the program? It's bullshit. Y'all were the very ones that we needed protection from all along. You were the bitch witches that cursed us from birth. The reason why we've been trapped and stuck, purposely planted in poverty. The very reason why some people's wombs is cursed and they're barren and can't have babies. The very reason why there's good women in this world that ain't never been married and never been loved right, never been the fuck desired. You cursed them from birth. You were the witches and the warlocks that we needed to be aware of. That's why you didn't want us to have the knowledge. That's why you didn't teach us the skill of doing any of that. That's what we talking about, collective. It pissed me off. It pissed me off. It pissed me off. And it was like, I'm not really fucked up, but it like I said, it makes you feel like, well, damn. Was I just not good enough? Or you just didn't like me? Like, you know what I'm saying? It be questions that you have that nobody is ever going to have the decency to give you the answer to. It's like a mother having multiple children, but only loving having 4 or 5 children, but only loving 4 of those children, but one of them they do not. 4 of those children that she do love, she gives knowledge to, she teaches certain things, she is very actively involved in their lives, and they're a part of certain things, initiated certain things or whatever, and the other one just is not. And it's either one or two things. Either they just didn't like you, love you, care about you for you to have such a thing, and the reason why they treated you like you wasn't good enough, or either there's some type of veil of protection over you, and it is forbidden spiritually for you to be a part of these things, so they just hear these things from you. with the hopes that you would never know about it and then invite you in or something. It's one or the other. But I want a fucking explanation. If it's that, tell me it's that. Because if a person say, "Hey, we never did initiate you or recruit you or invite you into the cult club and secret society or what have you, because you got this veil of protection over you or what have you, and spiritually we wasn't allowed to. We're only allowed to recruit people who has open vessels or something. I don't know, whatever the fuck it is, whatever the explanation would be. But you know what I'm saying? People want to leave you void and blank of knowledge and information that you fucking need. Because all of this shit is going on all around us. And nobody is explaining shit. They all just got this fucked up ass look on their face. Like they got a secret they can't tell. They all got that same fucked up look. It don't matter what race they are. Those of them who are sellouts, who are part of that shit, they all have the same exact fucked up look on their face. Like they got a fucking secret and they can't fucking tell. Because the powers that be is watching their ass. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I see it in every last one of them. Because it's fucked up. And it's like, how fucking dare you? When I first started being targeted, the frequencies was up so high. You know what I'm saying? I'm already telepathically inclined. I have natural telepathic abilities, and that's just because of the extraterrestrial in my DNA, because that's how extraterrestrials communicate or what have you. But it's, humans, Americans, not even just Americans, but just humans, they take advantage of this with other technologies and different things that they use or what have you. So I'll never forget when I first started, when I went through my awakening, when I first started being targeted or whatever, I used to hear a lot of other people's conversations. These wasn't conversations, telepathic communications that was coming to me, but like the frequencies are so high. Just imagine, you know how you ever listen to the radio? And you got your radio on one station, but you're picking up feed communication, whatever's going on another station, like it's between stations, so you're hearing the station that you're on and that's how it feels telepathically when you're hearing other people's communication and shit. So I'll never forget one day, it was like whatever was going on or what have you, okay? Because when you first start being targeted and different shit, like it's like ugh, it's the worst, because you don't know what's going on, what's coming from where, what's all happening, who all involved. It's just, it'd be a mess or what have you. But the frequencies was real high. It was one of those fucking days, and I heard somebody say, they were talking to another person. It was like, do she not know? It was like I was supposed to know something that I didn't. And the person was asking the other person, did I not know something? I don't know who I am, where I come from, my connection to something or something. They was asking the other person to do it, and it pissed me off so fucking bad. Y'all be great. Y'all. I heard a lot of conversations. And those of you who don't who don't believe, you probably would never believe me, and I'm not telling you the things that I'm telling you for you believe me, because I don't really care much or what have you. But I even heard the Queen of England, before she passed away, I heard her speak when I first started being targeted. And it was the creepiest shit ever, because I heard her voice so fucking vividly that I knew the fuck it was her. And it was some creepy shit. I'm like, that was some creepy fucking shit. Just her energy in the spirit is some creepy fucking shit. Like, I can't even explain it better than that. But she was in my damn energy, and she was talking to somebody. She wasn't even talking to me. She was talking to somebody else, and she said, she's the one I've been looking for. I said, the fuck? What? Y'all damn near lost my mind that fucking night. And I never do readings on myself, really, but on that night I did a reading, baby, and what came up, honey, had me shooketh, baby. Okay, I'm like, oh hell no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm seeing what the hell. Motherfuckers was planning and shit. Like, I'm like, oh no. No, no. No, I can't go like that. Or whatever. Um, Y'all, some of y'all probably won't believe me, but I swear to God, I would never lie on it. I have absolutely no reason to freaking lie on anybody, but I kid you not. I heard that lady, and she wasn't speaking directly to me, but I was hearing her clearly. She was in my energy, and I was hearing her clearly. She was speaking to somebody else, and but she was referring to me, and she said she's the one I've been looking for. I'm like, for looking for what? There's obviously something in me that the fuck that she was looking for all the fuck along and shit. And I was like, it was some creepy shit, y'all. It was some creepy shit. There is certain people, whether they speak or not, whether I even know them personally or not, if they come in my energy, they don't even have to show their face. They could completely cloak themselves. Some of them would, just their voice. Of I know their voice, I know exactly who that is, but they cannot show themselves or even be speaking, and I can feel their energy and know exactly who it is. It's a weird thing that happens spiritually. If you never experienced such a thing, it's really kind of hard to explain or what have you. But anyway, y'all, we gonna get back to the reading. Okay. Um. Yeah. But many of these people that we grew up around or what have you, if you happen to be one of those generations that you were looked over, left out, or what have you, um, and you are awakened now, especially if you are a targeted individual now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly the feelings of what I'm talking about or what have you. And I was just so appalled about a lot of freaking things because, especially certain things that is like unnecessary for these people to keep secret, hidden, and lie about. Okay, especially when it comes to the government. The government lie about most shit than a little bit, just shit that is unnecessary to even lie about. Okay, like they won't even tell the Americans the truth about how many planets it is. There's way more planets than NASA has reported. Okay, they refuse to tell the people as if we could do something about it if we knew the truth that there was umpteen more fucking planets. We couldn't do any damn thing about it. We're gonna go up to space, but like, get these fucking planets up out of here. Get out of here. What the fuck could we do about it? You know, what could we even do with that knowledge of knowing? It would just be truth that we would know. The government is stupid to me when they lie about shit that they don't even have. You ever had somebody offer you a lie? A lie that you didn't ask for? Okay? I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Okay, especially the "I love you" lie. There's so many people all over the world that tell people that every day, and you have offered a lie to somebody who didn't ask you that. I can see if you got some clingy, codependent, bagging bitch on your own. Do you love me? Ass type face shit. I can't stand that shit either. But when a motherfucker, when you haven't even asked for anything, and a person offer you a lie, and they know that I can't stand a bitch who offer a lie. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing for you to a person tell you a little white lie when you didn't ask them a question, but when that person didn't even ask for a lie and you didn't offer them a lie, I can't stand that shit. And that's what the government do. They offer fucking lies, okay? And they lie about shit that they don't have to lie about, that technically the American people couldn't do anything about if we knew the fucking truth. Other species in this freaking world is one of them. They absolutely, positively refuse to admit that there are other species on this earth besides human beings and animals. And it absolutely is. They were here before the fuck we even got here. Why are you lying about this shit? It's not like we can just, go and declare war on the fucking, on extraterrestrials, aliens, whatever you want to call them. Like, what would we do with American people wouldn't be able to do anything with that information, but just have the knowledge of knowing that it is true. Do you know how many people would be in celebration with getting the knowledge that there that extraterrestrials, or what y'all call aliens, actually the fuck exist? Okay, like seriously. You have so many people like it would be memes everywhere. Hashtag I knew it going viral online. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what the government, they lie about shit they don't have to fucking lie about. And it's absurd. And they just blatantly tell lies. Okay? Even shit that is right in people's face. They can't tell you, for the longest you've been told the sun is the sun, the moon is the moon. What the fuck NASA can't the fuck explain is why the hell the sun and the moon is out at the same goddamn time, smack dead in the middle of the fucking day. There's another planet that is identical to Earth, that is very close to fucking Earth. Thus is the reason why you can see the moon and the sun at the same damn time, smack dead in the middle of the day. Because the first thing a silly bitch would say is, oh, when it's early in the morning, the moon is going down as the sun is coming. No, bitch, we're talking about smack dead in the middle of the day, okay? Noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. You don't understand what I'm saying? Sun and the moon in the sky at the same damn time. Doesn't make sense. Should not the fuck exist. Why? Because when the moon is out, it's dark in that place. When the sun is out, it's light in that place. Like, stop playing. They shouldn't be out at the same damn time. And if you're seeing them both at the same damn time, logically, that means there's another planet very close to Earth, identical to Earth, and that is not even on their solar system that they have told us the fuck about. Could you imagine? And they're lying the fuck about it because they know good damn hell well we would be trying to get the fuck off. If there's another fucking place, we found out that we would definitely try to. We'd be hitting up fucking Elon Musk or some shit trying to figure out when we can get on the next fucking rocket to the new goddamn planet, bitch. So we can get the fuck off Earth. Because, planet Earth is corrupt as fuck, polluted as fuck, and some more shit. They done fucked goddamn planet Earth. So if there's another planet where we can live and breathe on the same way as planet Earth, oh yeah. We be on the one-way ticket the fuck out of here, bitch. Now that, and it would probably be very expensive because it probably wouldn't be cheap. You know what I'm saying? Just like them Teslas ain't cheap. It probably wouldn't be cheap for Elon to, put us in a rocket and take us over the goddamn to the other damn planet. But, it would still be, it wouldn't be no ride. It wouldn't be civil unrest. Okay? It would be a breakthrough, a blessing, a celebration of another planet. You know what I'm saying? Now we ain't got to worry about the populate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to worry about the world getting overcrowded and too much and all this shit. Whole nother plan. These people just lie about shit they don't have to lie about. It's stupid. We ask you for top secret classified as information. Like, who is you to determine what's top secret and classified any fucking way? The majority of the shit that is top secret and classified is illegal operations that they got going on any goddamn way. Shit that y'all created. Okay? Things that is naturally in the world and going on in the world is fair fucking game. Okay? And should be should be included in the Freedom of Information Act. We have the right to know. That's not top secret and fucking classified. You didn't create the planet, any planet, or humanity. Who in the hell is you to decide whether the hell we know or not? You know what I'm saying? The United States government treats grown ass the fuck adults like we little ass toddlers and shit. And we're not old enough yet. We're not mature enough yet. We can't comprehend or understand any of these things yet. So they treat us like little ass kids and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Meanwhile, you promoting Satanism and sex. Stop it. But we couldn't handle if there's another planet identical to Earth. We couldn't handle if there are freaking extraterrestrials and other species and beings on other planets. We couldn't handle knowing the true amount of how many planets it really is. This is the stupid shit that they do, man. This is the world that we live in. It's absurd. And it's ridiculous because the damn hybrids and reptilians, draconians, and shapeshifters, these motherfuckers is already mad as the fuck that they gotta be under fucking ground and hide the fuck away from us because they look so damn monstrous. You know what I'm saying? They could be they self without hiding under they, little mask. They little shapeshifter mask and hide. Either we can go some goddamn where else and they can hide this motherfucker since they so feel some type of way because they the fuck here for, or they can go some goddamn where else and be free to be their goddamn self and show their goddamn self amongst they self. This mean that y'all really, but y'all not doing that. This mean that you ain't really for the fuck peace at all. Cause see, these things would bring about peace. The people can't do anything about other species and different things that exist. But you got shit here that's part human, part snake, part alligator, part dinosaur, and shit. They're sneaking and creeping in the shadows and down under, making our lives a living hell every damn day. Anyway, y'all, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. Why our elders, our teachers, our preachers, our leaders didn't warn us to be aware, or how to protect ourselves from this spell work is what we're talking about, okay? Collective, you could be somebody who is a highly intuitive psychic here. We got somebody who's trying to trap you, frauds, fakes, and imposters, a chain gang of fools are chained to the devil, corruption within the government, evil serial killer families, royal status, betrayal for the love of money, okay? These are some of the various reasons as to why we were not told about these things. You know why? Because they are the witches and the warlocks, the sorcerers and the sorceress, the dark priests and the priestess, who we needed protection from. We needed knowledge of. Look, a serial voodoo killer. Right in your family. Murderous mother. Right in your family. You know the reason why you were left out, collective? Why they didn't tell you, teach you the voodoo and the black magic too? Just like every fucking body else in the fucking family? Or why your entire generation or several generations about this, they didn't even tell you that they had the knowledge of this type of stuff, okay? Because they are the serial killer. You got a serial voodoo killer in your fucking family. You got a witch or a warlock in your family. They're an evil, a serial killer family. They're a murderous ass mother who sold out a long damn time ago, and all the suspicious deaths of people in your family. See, when people died in your family, you thought these was natural occurrences. You thought these was random occurrences that happened. You had no idea that they was being the fuck sacrificed because these people got to feed their gods. Yeah. And so they made a deal with the devil. They made a pact with the satanic powers that be. They've been trained to protect the oppressors. They're in the pockets of the satanic powers that be. This is how many of us got targeted right now. Those of us that's targeted right now, if you are real targeted, your entire family is working the fuck against you. Both sides, your mama's side and your daddy's side. They act like they hate you to motherfucking death because they all fucking sellouts. They belong to these cults, covens, and secret fucking societies. They all got that bitter bitch, bitter bomb ass fucking face. Look like they got a secret that they can't tell because they stepping and fetching for the fucking man. And they all been told to work the fuck against you. Why? Because you are awakened. Because you are aware. Because they know you know the truth. So the plan that's in place is to silence you. It's to get rid of you. And shit. And that's the reason why they all, it's not because you a bad person. It's not because you've done anything wrong. It's not because of none of that. They still can't tell the truth. As to why they really working against you. They're working against you for money. They want to control you. They want to manipulate you. That's why they mad right now, because they can no longer control you. Because you done broke from your program and you done stepped outside the fucking matrix. The veil done been lifted from your eyes. You can see the truth and what's really going on. You can see the demons in these damn people. They done tried to rockabye baby your ass back to sleep. They done tried to hocus pocus your ass to death and everything. Because you wasn't supposed to know. You wasn't supposed to be aware. This is the reason why they didn't teach you about the hoodoo, voodoo. How to do the spells and the curses and all the very thing that they doing on you right now. That they having meetings and gatherings and get-togethers doing on you right the fuck now. You was never taught the trade. But back in the day, but before things got all jacked up and fucked up, in other cultures, you go to any other country, them people strong-willed, have strong family dynamics, strong views, and ideas. And when it comes to their people, whatever knowledge or power or skill that they fucking have, they pass it down generation to generation to generation. See, in the United States, they're bullies and all they care about is money. But over in China, them motherfuckers are the lead in technology for a reason. Okay? They know all type of healing, holistic techniques. They got fucking ninjas over there, every goddamn thing. Martial arts, all this shit comes from over there. They smart. And they have strong family that, you may not, I'm pretty particularly careful all their laws and shit. But we're talking about the knowledge that they have. The strength and the power that they have. The Chinese people, they can holistically heal some shit without any pharmaceuticals, man. They can take a finger and push you in a certain area in your fucking neck and smooth paralyze your goddamn ass. Or they can fucking do the same exact damn thing in another goddamn and heal you from head to toe. You done had back pain all your goddamn life, a stiff neck and some more goddamn. They can heal you in all kind of goddamn ways. From the fighting techniques to the tech knowledge to the healing, holistic. You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. They got a lot of knowledge over there. But they pass the knowledge and the power and the skills that they have generation from generation from generation. And it doesn't mean none of their people have strayed. But even if they do stray, they have the knowledge. They have been taught. Because people still have free will. There's a lot of people. I'm not going to say a lot. There are several people who are in the world who their mother was into voodoo, their grandmother was into voodoo, and they even remember their great grandmother being into voodoo, and they may have even taught it. Now they may have strayed from that. They, as a person, they may not decide to practice voodoo, but they know where they come from, and they were given the knowledge. And they may use some aspects of what they were taught, especially when it comes to, like, healing properties and, different things like that, or what have you. Natural remedies for some of the simplest things people go through every day, from the common cold to aches and pains to, all kinds of freaking things. It's a lot of holistic things that could be done for those things. That a lot of those different practices enable you to be able to do those things, but you weren't even given the knowledge. Whole fucking generations. See, I'm telling you, at a certain time, generation after generation after generation, we were just born fucking ignorant, brought up ignorant. And we grew up like that, willfully blissfully ignorant. We were made blind on purpose via mind control and brainwashing. Because, see, I saw their parents and grandparents and different things like that. Especially those of them who knew the knowledge and knew what the deal was, because they because when it comes to your parents and your grandparents, they know the knowledge of your great grandparents and your great great grandparents and so forth. But they didn't pass the shit down to you. They hid that the fuck from you, even used that shit and used that shit on you, sold you out. They sold out for their freedoms, but they stripped you of yours and then sold you out to the satanic powers that be. This is the reason why many of us was humanly experimented on, was treated like some type of test fucking dummy and different shit like that, and we was raised ignorant. See, it's a difference when a person is ignorant because you don't put forth no effort, because you don't want to learn, because you don't even try. And it's another it's another thing to be ignorant because you was never taught, which means you unaware. Just like some people in the world, they're neither they don't particularly believe in anything. Most people call them atheists. They don't particularly believe in anything, whether religiously or spiritually. And it's only a few of them that they are aware and that just choose to be their own personal beliefs, which they have free will to have those beliefs if that's what they want to believe. But there's a lot of them who are neither religious or spiritual or in any way because they didn't grow up around people who taught them anything. They wasn't taught about certain things, because the majority of the things you think about, the majority of the things that y'all do today, you do because you was trained to do it, because you were taught it. Many of you all who go to church now, you was raised in the church. You were taught to go to church. Somebody took you to church, told you about church, taught you about church. That's the only reason why you are religious today. That's the only reason why you go to church today. But just imagine if nobody told you what to do about church, about a Bible, about anything religious. You would be ignorant to it, right? You wouldn't know anything about it, right? Some people are like that in the world. And that's what we are talking about today when it comes to this witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo, hoodoo, hexes, curses, spells, evil eyes, centurias. Many of us didn't know anything about this shit. And had people around us who was a part of this shit and using the shit, the technique on us, but didn't pass the knowledge down to us. So it has left us in a vulnerable state where we are being vigorously attacked. Those of you who are going through spiritual attacks and shit, that's on purpose. And these people, they gloat in the fact that you're not going to strike back against the bullshit that they are unjustly doing to you because you wasn't given the knowledge. They think they some kind of gurus and shit with that hocus pocus bullshit they doing. You got more bitch witches running around here thinking they somebody fucking special because they can cast a spell on some fucking body, and bitch, you lame. You a fucking coward, because everything you do in secret, and all spell work do is to manipulate people, control people, strip people of their free motherfucking will, and cause hurt, harm, or endangerment to fucking people. Bitch, that don't make you special. You ain't no guru. You don't know all. You don't deserve no honor or no award or some type of shit by disturbing another person's life, sabotaging and ruining another person's life with that bullshit that you were fucking doing. You don't get no fucking medals and honors and shit for that. You're a fucking coward. You're selfish. And many of you do any goddamn thing for fucking money. And you're gonna pay with your goddamn life for what you are doing. But many of these people, they gloat in the fact that, that they're doing these things to you. Do you know how many people that this shit has been done to, and it has forced them to a nervous breakdown, a mental breakdown? And it's forced them to suicide? And it's forced them to snap and commit homicide and hurt, harm, or endanger an innocent bystander or some shit like that. And these bitches, they coward as to sit behind the scenes like they somebody special. Bitch, that makes you a smooth criminal. You ain't nobody special. Oh, they're the best at what they do. But bitch, please, you're nothing. Less than nothing. Because anybody can learn to do some type of, cast some type of curse or spell or some type of shit, bitch. But it's the evil, wicked intentions behind it. They don't make you righteous or justified in anything that you do. That's why you in hiding doing it. That's why you in secret doing it. You ain't getting no round of applause, no pat on the back, no slap on no ass. For the sick, twisted, evil, wicked ass things that you're doing. And then you're so bitch made that you would have the audacity to do protection rituals on yourself so that shit don't backfire the fuck on you. You will send out evil, wicked things to some damn body else to completely and utterly destroy them, but your coward ass will do a protection ritual on your damn self to keep it from coming back and hitting your ass. You mean to tell me you think it's okay to do wickedness and evil to other people, but you somehow exempt? You don't want that to be done to you, right? Bullshit. But this is the world that we're living in, guys. This is what is going on. This is what is happening. And this is the reason why many of us were not made aware of these things. We're not told. Abusing their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others into submission. Okay? Look, Billy Badass bullies. Mother murderous madness. You already got murderous mother here. Mother murderous madness here. This is an evil bitch. Spirit, any other messages? Burdens caused by others. Spirit is saying they rejected you and treated you like you were nothing. Now somebody's going to want your help. Hocus pocus. Something big is about to happen, collective. I'm seeing here something big is about to happen. United States citizens been sold out to the enemy. This is the reason why we were bamboozled. We were tricked. Spirit say these clowns way too cocky. Yeah. Spirit is saying something is terribly wrong. I'm also seeing fake phony Christians. Something is terribly wrong. I'm also seeing voodoo doll here. A lot of messages want to come out on this. Many of these individuals are fake phony Christians, Spirit is saying. Battles to the end. It was foul play. These people are liars as well. Yeah, I'm seeing liars and fake phony Christians. See, the church sold out a long time ago. That's why the Most High told you, come out of her, my people. I don't know what you think her is. Maybe you thought it was Babylon or something. Shit, you can come out of her too. The whole of Babylon. But that is in reference to the church. You don't need a building and a particular pastor for you to serve your God, for you to have religion. Come out of her, my people. You know how many sick and shut in on their face praying every day? Can't make it to a church, can't make it to a building, don't have a specific pastor. Does that make them any less religious? So what the hell make you think that a particular church, a particular building, a particular community, a particular pastor determines whether or not that you are a religious or not, a Christian or not, or whatever it is that you decide to be? Because all of them are sellouts. Only ministers and pastors is probably probably not sellouts are the ones that have the small churches, the ones who likely have less than 100 members. And even though some of them may not be sellouts, if they are really men and women of God, then they know the real truth. They know the real truth. And they know that what they're preaching and what they're teaching, they're lying to their congregations. Because the real truth is hidden. And in the churches, they're not teaching you the real truth about what's going on in this world and what these satanic demonic ass people have done and what's going on. Look, fake phony Christians, liars. Where these individuals parade around like they saved, sanctified, delivered, and holier than thou. But they sellouts. They're sellouts. Okay, guys? So we're going to look at some of these. And some of you all, collective, whether you have had an awakening, whether you are a targeted individual, you're someone who's highly intuitive. You could even be psychic. So the thing that I'm talking to you about today, the reason why we're talking about this, because you could have come across this information. This could be something that has crossed your mind that you were thinking about, and you know what I'm saying. Sometimes these things come up, and you don't have an outlet or a community base or forum in which to discuss these things with other people or what have you. So people like myself who, you know what I'm saying, do work like this or whatever, use these platforms to speak about things like this, okay? Because people need to start speaking about the things that has been forbade from speaking about, or people just exempt from speaking about, but it needs to be spoke about. It needs to be spoke about, okay? But you know what I've learned? Some people prefer to be willfully blind. Some people feel like if they don't know, they're unaware or whatever, they could just turn a blind down and just keep living their shell of a lie of a life and be just fine. But you know what I'm saying? Because some people feel like once they know, then pressure is put on them to make a difference, to be better, to change, and different things like that. So I've noticed there's a lot of people who willfully like being ignorant, who willfully like being blind, who don't want to know anything that they don't already know, so that it don't deter them from the life that they would prefer to live. And if that's who you are, then hey, so be it. But yeah, why didn't our elders? This is why our elders, our teachers, our preachers, and our leaders, all of which, your elders, your teachers, your preachers, and your leaders, these are four classes of people who have stood in your face and convinced you, I care about you. Or care about the people. I care about you. I love you. Real care, real love, real support has to do with these people being honest about what's really happening, what's really going on, not hiding those things from you. And then using the secret knowledge, the hidden knowledge that they have to manipulate you, control you, and abuse you. Because that's what spirits say. Our elders, our teachers, our preachers, and our leaders. It's not because those classes of people were blind and ignorant themselves. You know what I'm saying? Those people were aware. They just chose to keep you blind, brainwashed, dumbed down, under mind control. They just chose to keep you ignorant. That's why Spirit is saying, because they are the very witches and the warlocks, the sorcerers and the sorcerers, the dark priests and the priestess that we needed protection from. If you knew the elders in your family and your teachers and the preachers and the leaders of the world was satanic, masonic, and demonic, you would have never trusted them. So they bamboozled you. They lied to you to get you to believe in them, have faith in them, to trust them. And what they did indoctrinate you into was a lie, was an illusion, a fabrication to keep you deluded. See, that's the reason why from the moment that you are awakened, you under vigorous attack. And you under attack by the very fake, phony, fraudulent, lying, cheating, deceiving, manipulating con artist that was always around you. That's what's going on here, y'all. Spirit, are there any other messages as it relates to this channel reading as to why our elders, teachers, preachers, and leaders did not warn us, did not protect us, or teach us how to protect ourselves from this spell work, from the witchcraft, the sorcery, the black magic, the voodoo? Trapped. Then wasn't that the first card that came out? Somebody is trying to trap you, collective. The generations that was purposely kept ignorant and dumb, they were purposely brainwashed and dumbed down. They were purposely put under mind control. They were purposely not given reliable information, truth and clarity and knowledge. And it was done in an effort to trap us. It was done in an effort to trap us, collective. These people are frauds, fakes, and imposters, Spirit is saying. Frauds, fakes, and imposters. Yeah, they created this man-made disaster. By not being open and honest and truthful and bringing about clarity. They created this, in knowledge, they created this man-made disaster. What do they say? Knowledge is power. You can't have power without knowledge. So why would you withhold knowledge? Because it would make us powerful. And the satanic powers that be, the wickedness in high places, the shadow government, they didn't want us having knowledge. They didn't want us having power. That's the reason why back in the day, some people weren't even allowed to go to school. And then they flipped it, and you thought it was a right. You thought it was a privilege that now you can go to school and learn. No, baby. A deal was made, because now they are forcing you to go to school. Their schools with their teachers who are sellouts, who are, you know what I'm saying? Who are indoctrinating you with the information, the regurgitated information that they want you to have. They're not giving you real history. They're not giving you real knowledge. They give you basic fundamentals of learning. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, left, right, up, down, yellow, blue, green, red, And other things, it's fabricated. Who was it fabricated by? They just regurgitate shit that has been created and fabricated by man. That's what they have indoctrinated you into. If you think about it, when you finally graduate from high school, when you leave school, you have no real fundamentals that you have learned to prepare you for life. There's nothing you learn in there that prepares you for life. What really goes on in life. What life is about. The dangers of life. The dangers is all around us. It's an indoctrination camp. School, if you notice, you're supposed to show up, shut up, sit down, act right, listen, follow directions, and respect who? Complete fucking strangers. The same strangers that you were told when you was a baby to be aware of. But you send your children, you are forced to send your children to complete strangers every day and you don't know what they being told. You don't know what they being taught. They being brainwashed and dumbed down and mind controlled and filled with indoctrinated information that has been approved by your government for them to know. But it's no real fundamentals of life. And if you're smart enough and you're fortunate enough to go to college, you can learn just a little bit more. College is meant for you to pick up a particular skill or trade or a certain field of you pick up and you go into a certain field of study for a certain type of work that you want to do. Because see, that's all these people tell you. They tell you conform, obey, submit. Okay? Don't fight back. Don't ask questions. Believe what we tell you. Go to work. Pay your taxes. You understand what I'm saying? This is all you taught. This is all you taught. College gives you just a little bit more information, but they are still not telling you the hidden knowledge, the secret knowledge of what this world is really about and what's really going on. They're still not. Spirit, clarify a chain gang of fools chained to the devil. A chain gang of fools chained to the devil. Secret. This is a secret that all of them are a part of a chain gang. Spirits say they are a chain gang of fools. And they all chained to the devil. And it's this top secret and classified here. Yeah. This G666. Mark of the beast. Top secret classified here. They a chain gang of fools. All chained to the devil. And it's a secret. I told you they've been trained to protect their oppressors and their freedoms, their supposed freedoms, their liberty, their pursuit to happiness is based off of helping the government, the satanic powers that be, with keeping generation after generation after generation brainwashed, dumbed down, and under mind control. See, this is the reason why this generation here, if you notice, they come out the womb technical. They change up the formula. So the kids develop faster. Their behinds and their titties is bigger. But they don't know nothing but technology. They turn them into the robots. They come out the womb knowing what they got to do to get it, and they with it. What they teaching them now? They don't even know how to write their own fucking name. What was we taught? You remember when we was in school? We actually know how to sign our name because we was taught what? Cursive. They were putting a curse on us. We were taught cursive. I told you, yeah, from your elders to your teachers to your preachers to your leaders, they were putting a curse on us. That's the reason why they didn't teach us the knowledge. They didn't want us to know the knowledge, because with the knowledge we would have had power to protect ourselves, and we would have had power to do what they could fucking do. But they put a curse on us. They didn't teach us these things. Because they were the witches and the warlocks, the sorcerers and the sorcerers, the dark priests and the priestess that we needed protection from in the first place. I put a spell on you. and now you're mine. That's what your elders, your teachers, your preachers, and your leaders did. They put a spell on us, and we were theirs. Yeah, that's what's going on. I probably should have saved this here message for Halloween. But see, that's what's going on. That's what's happening. Spirit clarify corruption within the government, perversion. This corruption in the government, every branch of the government, all the way to the wealthy elites, is perversion. They flip, twist, reverse, and perverse everything. It's sneaky, it's freaky, it's creepy, it's nasty, it's low down and dirty. Perversion is the reason for the corruption within the government. Spirit, clarify evil serial killer families. Evil serial killer family. Look at this. Fraud and money came out. They suffering from a disease called greed. One of the 7 deadly sins. These evil serial killer families, they are frauds, and they commit frauds for money. This is what the powers that be, this is what the powers that be gave them the power to be a part of. This is how they got their supposed freedoms and their liberties. By offering us up as the sacrificial lambs. Going along with the setup, with the fraud, so they can get the monies that they wanted. And we, the ones, the generations that the knowledge wasn't passed down to, we would be the sacrificial lambs when the time came for them to take out. That's why I say they stepping and fetching. They stepping and fetching for the man. And that's what it's for. Spirit clarify royal status, abuse, and neglect. So this could either be speaking of persons with that has royal status, or you collective, some of us who have some type of royal status. Not everybody got royal status. So either those with royal status are responsible for the abuse and neglect of us, or some of us comes from some type of royal bloodline or have some type of royal status, and we were abused and neglected. Either way you go, it's still abuse and neglect. So what's going on, collect? Spirit clarify betrayal for the love of money. Betrayal for the love of money. Yeah. Some of these people are now in regret. I'm seeing regret and imprisonment. Some of these people who were used as puppets and patsies to betray others for the love of money are now in regret, because they're in imprisonment here. These are the people who were railroaded in the courts of laws, who went along with some type of staged event or set up for the liking of the satanic powers that fucking be, and they still ended up getting rolled out back. Yeah. Betrayal for the love of money. Cover-ups. There's some type of cover-ups that's going on as it relates to these betrayals, y'all. For the love of money. Spirit clarify serial voodoo killer. There's a serial voodoo killer. There is one that is hidden. Wow. There's a serial voodoo killer. I'm seeing hidden tunnel and crime of passion. I don't know if it's a serial voodoo killer that's hidden in the tunnels, that is committing crimes of passions, but these that hidden card tripped me out. You see this lizard on here? Remind me of these shape shifting beings here on this earth here, okay? Hidden here. So these serial voodoo killers are hidden within the world that we lived in. And we weren't told about them. We weren't warned about them. We come into contact with them likely on a daily basis. And they hid. They serial voodoo killers. Spirit clarify, mother, murderous madness, and murderous mother, the devil. These are just trained to the devils. It's a whole lot of demonic mothers around here who sold their soul to the devil, who's in their south node, their dark side, their shadow side. They're toxic, they're evil, they're wicked, they're sinister, they're demonic. They're shepherds for the devil. They're greedy, they're materialistic, they're narcissistic, possessive, controlling, obsessive, restrictive, addictive patterns of behavior. The devil. Yeah. Abusing their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others into submissions. We have cult. Here. These individuals belong to some type of cult. Dark, sinister, evil, wicked cult, Spirit is saying. Burdens caused by others, aliens. So it seems like to me we do wrestle with flesh and blood as well as other things. You got devils and aliens here. You got hidden voodoo killers, serial voodoo killers here. Serial killer families and shit. That's setting up and sacrificing their own kind for a dime. Spirit clarify hocus pocus. Hocus pocus. I'm seeing fire. Yeah. Look at that. Family. Death. I seen death first. Death's first one to come out on hocus pocus. This hocus pocus is sitting right up under serial voodoo killer. So this hocus pocus could be some type of death magic. Death spells. So I seen this first and then I seen family. So this hocus pocus is going on within these families. This hocus pocus is causing deaths. It's for the purposes of causing certain deaths. Something big is about to happen. We even got celebrities here. There are celebrities who are highly involved and aspected in these things. We know that the celebrities are controlled by the satanic powers that be. I'm trying to show you, I don't know, these two came out together. Something big could be about to happen within a family as well, though. I also seen celebrities out there after that as well. I was trying to decide if family needed to go here on something big is about to happen. Something big may be about to happen with celebrities here. United States been sold out to the enemy. Revenge. Something is terribly wrong. Spirit clarify something is terribly wrong. Something may happen on the beach, like beaches everywhere. Something I'm seeing beach here. Something may come about the ocean or some shit. Hmm. Put that on the side. Something big is about to happen, Spirit. I'm seeing crime of passion in mountains here. Something may happen up in the mountains. And it's interesting because on this crime of passion card here, you see this one person that's standing right here, but there's a whole bunch of bodies laid on the ground here. Almost in like some type of circular type of motion here or what have you. There may be some type of crimes that's going on. Like something may go on in the mountains. I also seen the beach though. Got greed here. Something is terribly wrong. Mind control. Mind control is being used on people. Is being done on people here. Voodoo dolls. Homicide here. Somebody is using voodoo dolls to commit homicides against people. Spirit is saying. I'm seeing regret here again. Some persons could be being caught up. And they could be in regret for imprisonment because I seen these two cards together not too long ago here. There's something with, I was just going to use this as a quick side note here, but there's something about celebrities, mountains, crime of passion. What was it? Actually, I seen the beach as well here. Something significant to the beach, something significant to, and it's not like one in particular beach, it's like areas where there are beaches. It could be all the beaches or something. It could be with something coming about the ocean, like something here, or some type of mass, like crimes of passion here. Something, you got celebrity, crime of passion, beach, and mountains. That's interesting. I hate when I get that many messages on one energy. Let's see if it comes back up. Spirit, clarify. Something big is about to happen. Something, it came out again. Mountains. I'm seeing regret again. Organized crime. Whatever is big is about to happen. It has to do with organized crime. Something could also be going on in the mountains. Y'all be careful going out in them darn woods the other week, y'all. I didn't even know we had a. You ever hear on the news, be watching your local news or some shit, and they name some place, whether it's a particular, whether it's a particular town or city or like a certain place that you didn't even know existed in your damn state, y'all. I was watching the local news the other damn day, bitch, and they said something about I seen, what did I see? Cause I think I seen a clipping of it. I seen devil. I'm like, devil? What the fuck, y'all? We got a whole place here in Arkansas called Devil's Den, bitch. Okay? And it's a fucking national park called the Devil's Den. I'm like, you got to be stupid to go somewhere called Devil's Den. And it's in the woods. And it's a fucking park. Y'all, a whole fucking family was killed. These a mother and a father that was there with their kids. They didn't kill the kids, but they killed the mother and the father in the fucking woods, bitch, in a place called Devil's Den. I didn't even know we had a place called Devil's Den. And of course, this is one of these old stock, like, it's somewhere else. It ain't in fucking, like, it's somewhere else. It's in one of the, I don't know, like, I don't know, smaller cities or something like that or whatever. Bitch, I ain't never knew. We had no place called no Devil's Den. I wouldn't be caught dead. And no place called the Devil's Den. I damn sure wouldn't take my kids nowhere called Devil's Den. Okay? But this is literally just what it's called. But it's a whole, like, national park. Like, it's lake out there. It's wooded areas. And, what you find in national parks, benches and, walking trails and all this other kind of shit. Y'all had never heard of such a thing. I said, how awful is this? Them people, them poor kids, they gonna be freaking traumatized for life. They gonna need some serious counseling. They parents was killed right in front of them. Right in front of them. I said, this got to be a fucking hit. You know what I'm saying? Because like this one, like some old predator ass type of shit. They wanted to get the hands on the kids, so they killed the parents and abduct the kids, run out with the kids. Nope, they left the kids there by their goddamn self in a fucking national park. But they killed the fucking parents in their face. First of all, and I'm like, it's got to be more than one person because like you understand what I'm saying? Because when you got that many people together, especially when you got a man with his woman or some shit like that, any fucking criminal, you obviously gonna attack the man first because he's the strongest or what have you. But either way it go, you still can only an attacker can only attack one person at a time. You know what I'm saying? To me personally, if I'm with my person or whatever, you have to fucking go. You know what I'm saying? If the man has been attacked first, bitch, I'm fighting the fuck back to try to help the person. You know what I'm saying? Or either if you been attacked, your man should be attacking this motherfucker to keep them from attacking you. You know what I'm saying? And then you out there with your kids, so you should be trying to protect your kid. Kill both of them in a place called Devil's Den. I said, what kind of shit is this? I didn't even know there was a Devil's Den in fucking Arkansas. Why the fuck would it be called Devil's Den? This how you know motherfuckers is fucked up around here. I swear to God, research where you stay, where you're from, bitch. Y'all stay the fuck about them goddamn woods because there's some sneaky, freaky, creepy ass shit that's going on in the damn woods, bro. And how I know it was a hit is because there was other people out there. They was down by the lake and shit. They had, by the time they got ready to tape, tape stuff off and stuff, and so the camera crew, the news crew, and people and things was down there, and they walked all down by the lake and shit or whatever. They had went down there and told them people like, oh, there was a murder that occurred. Y'all can't swim today in the lake, and all this other kind of shit. And they were straight up crisis actors. You can see how they was acting. It was like, oh, we didn't even know that there was a murder. Four goddamn people. You'd hear two kids and their parents was just the fuck murdered. Not that far. And it wasn't like people was off deep somewhere else, way off. It wasn't that far from where the fucking thing happened. You ain't hear nothing, you ain't see nothing. Huh? They was all crisis actors like a motherfucker. I knew it. I could see it in them. I said, the fuck is this? A Devil's Den. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people. I wouldn't camp nowhere called Devil's Den. I wouldn't go on a walking trail in Devil's Den. I wouldn't take my kids to Devil's Den. But you could almost bet something is going to happen to you if you go somewhere called Devil's Den, bitch. Who in the hell just chilling casually in the Devil's Den? I'm seeing, but anyway, so y'all be careful. We got intuition at the bottom of the deck, collective. Y'all need to use y'all intuition about what we're talking about here today, okay? And you, whoever I'm speaking to specifically, if you are like really drawn to this message, you are someone who is highly intuitive. You are highly intuitive, psychic even, okay? Your third eye chakra could be open, okay? But that's what's going on here, y'all. Spirit, any other messages? Any other messages? But Spirit is saying that there were generations upon generations that was literally just left out, casted out, set up to be trapped. Yeah. Secrets here. There's a whole secret agenda. Spirit is saying, guys, okay? Yeah, this also says kept in the dark. We were kept in the dark on purpose because of a secret agenda. But these secrets are being exposed, collective, okay? You are someone who may be a wisdom keeper, collective. You could be a wise person, well-informed, or wounded healer. You're someone who is enlightened. So you are coming into contact, like you are aware of these things, or you're having this awakening to these things, okay? Because, see, I think about these type of things. I'm the type of person to think about the ifs, the ands, the buts, the maybes, the possibilities, because there's got to be a logical explanation for just about every fucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? And this just didn't make no sense. This just doesn't make no sense, especially when you look into the world today. It's way too much of everything. If you had, like, small amounts of isolated people who say partook in something, you're like, okay, it's not a big deal. This is a handful of people that is into these awful, evil, wicked things or whatever. This shit is rampant. It's everywhere. Okay? And I'm in the United States, so we're talking about the United States. But you go to other countries, you're gonna see satanic, masonic, demonic ass things. That's the one thing that all these idolize. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason for the new United Nations. Because it's the one main thing that they are all working in conjunction together the fuck on. That maybe they laws and they policies and uh different things like that or whatever. They may not all have the same idea, but when it comes to this demonic ass shit that's going on, oh, they're all a part of it. Just watch. You don't even got to understand the language within another country to see the signs and the symbolisms of what's going on. To see the red flags and all these other kind of things, y'all. Yeah. But this is due to a whole secret agenda. We were kept in the dark about these things. Many generations were. Okay? But these secrets are being exposed. These people were trying to trap us. Okay? And we've been trapped by frauds, fakes, and imposters who are the cause of this man-made disaster, Spirit is saying. Okay? Yeah, look. Enslavement. What I tell you, these people. Spirit said that they are a chain gang of fools that's chained to the devil. Look at them chains around the ankles. Enslavement here. Work slaves, concubines, emancipated slaves, prisoners of war, stuck, restricted, trapped, captive. Unable to move or get out of the situation here. See, the freedoms that you think you got, you ain't really the fuck free. Didn't really come free, because ain't nothing in this world to fuck for free, bitch. The freedoms you think you the fuck got, it's really the fucking illusion. And the little leverage that you think you got, all of that shit came at a price, came at a cost. The sacrifice was us, collective. It is what freed your ancestors and your elders. At the cost of us. Spirit clarify, clarify chain gang of fools, chained to the devil, corruption within the government. Look, this is government. They want to come out in the reverse. Yeah. And it's interesting because this card says government, but it's got an ancient Egyptian figure on here. Okay? And this is all of the government, every branch of governing, governors, courts, disposers, advisors, corruption within the government. Secret. This is top secret, I told you. And they full of perversion. Magic. Heavy magic is being done. These are the sorcerers and the sorcerers. This is sitting here between a serial killer family and royal status here. Magic, sorceress, riches, warlocks, alchemists, dark priests, priestess, illusionists, voodooists, witch doctors, Wiccans. You see, magic. Yeah. You got power here as well. Persons in positions of authority, fame, and recognition abusing their power, Spirit is saying. This is tied into this abuse and neglect and these cover-ups. Betrayal for the love of money. The devil. Sitting, this explains these cover-ups and these hidden, and what is hidden with these serial voodoo killers and this betrayal for the love of money. You got the devil here. Dark magic. Individuals who are possessed, cursed. They're possessing people, cursing people with dark magic, and killing people as well. Spirit, clarify murderous mother with the devil, as well as abusing their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others into submission with cult. Wow. Wow. Murder. This murderer's mother, this bitch could be a serial poisoner. Okay? But she may not always poison here, because on this bottle here on murder, you see this bottle here that's got poison on here. I'm also seeing skulls and bones here. Okay? And then on execution, you see a noose here. Execute. The executioners. Witnesses. So those of you who are waking and you know what I'm saying? This is how they set us up. I'm seeing destruction and discrimination. Destruction. These people are destroyers, sabotagers, fools. Even helpless maidens are involved. Okay? And these cults. These persons who abuse their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others into submission. They are causing destruction by way of discrimination. You got destruction and discrimination here, collective. Yep. That's what's going on here. Burdens caused by others with aliens. Hocus pocus. Burdens caused by others with aliens. Hocus pocus. Ritual sacrifice. Ritual priests, cannibals, human sacrifices, headhunters. So what's going on here? Collective ritual sacrifices. Something big is about to happen. Spirit, clarify that something big is about to happen with organized crime in the mountains. United States citizens been sold out to the enemy here. So I'm seeing, I don't know why this card is called revolution here, okay? But it says reign of terror, with the elite, war or uprising here. United States citizens been sold out to the enemy with revenge. Something terrible, something is terribly wrong. I'm seeing leaders and royalty here, or leadership and royalty. So leaders, rulers, followers, bosses. We got royalty here as well. We got brainwashing here, okay? MK Ultra mind control, monarch programming, or any other type of government programming. Some type of, people are being brainwashed. People are being mind controlled. Socially, politically, religiously, spiritually. Something terrible is wrong because of this mind control, okay? Spirit is saying. Many people look banishment with extraterrestrials here. Forced underground, exiled, shunned, disowned, banishment, rejected, neglected, alienated, left out in the cold, extraterrestrials here. There are extraterrestrials here. World war. Many of us have been the victim of injustice, Spirit is saying. There's something about some type of wealth in those of us who were the victim of injustice. Spirit is saying. Collective, whoever you are resonating with this, you're a wisdom keeper and you are a psychic, okay? You could be a seer, a light worker, high priest or priestess, gypsy, visionary, prophet, prophetess, astrologer. Okay, but you're definitely a wisdom keeper, a wise person, well informed, wounded healer, enlightened individual, Spirit is saying. Okay, that's what's going on here, y'all. So we're gonna pull a few. We're gonna pull some tarot, and we're gonna wrap this reading up, guys. Y'all remember to like, share, and subscribe. That is your free way of showing your support to help grow the channel. These fake phony Christians are liars, and they're full of greed. One of the 7 deadly sins. Okay, many of you all have family members that you think is just as righteous and upstanding, pillars of the communities, hardworking. Saved, sanctified, delivered, and holier than thou, but they are liars, okay? And they have been trained to protect their oppressors. They step in infection for the man, okay? And they will lie, cheat, steal, kill, and whatever else they gotta do for the satanic powers that be, even against you, to have their temporary comforts, okay? Spirit, clarify this trapped energy. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I apologize. Somebody came to my door. Yeah. So, Spirit, are there any other messages? Okay, so I'm seeing the 10 of Cups here. Whole families, bloodlines, okay, are responsible for this, and this is what we're talking about. This is where these things stem from, okay? Because you learn from those who are closest to you first before you go out into the world, okay? That's why I started off with why didn't our elders, before your teachers and your preachers and your leaders, okay? And I'm telling you, there's whole generations after generations after generations, starting from your family, stemming from the families, okay? Trapped. Who's responsible for trapping certain other ones of us? Spirit clarifying, these people are frauds. They're fakes. They're imposters. You got fake phony Christians who are liars. They are greedy. They sold out their own freaking kind for their temporary comforts and different things. And there's just something awful and evil that's going on in this world, and it's to our detriment, because we're the ones who are suffering the consequence of everything that's going on. Spirit clarify man-made disasters. Clarify man-made disasters. So I'm seeing a fool here. So these people are, I feel like Spirit is calling these people fools. Childish, ignorant, careless, reckless individuals. Okay? Who are frauds, fakes, and imposters. Okay? Who cause this man-made disaster, Spirit is saying. Yeah. Chain game of fools. Chain to the devil. Secret. Devil. Look at this. You see this man and this naked man and this woman down here? This is the devil here. See this man and this woman down here? Bound, chained to the devil. Okay? Thus, these people are serving the devil. Collective. Spirit, clarify corruption within the government. Corruption within the government. The magician. See the from the government, the shadow government, the satanic powers that be, the wickedness in high places, every branch of government, all the way up to the wealthiest elites, all the way up to those tip top of the pyramid. Okay? They specialize, special as top 13 bloodlines. You understand what I'm saying? They are the magicians. The sorceress and sorceress of the world. See, while you got the witches and the warlocks and the sorcerers and the sorcerers and different things in individual families, sold out families. See, they high ranked witches and warlocks, sorcerers and sorcerers, dark priests, they doing spells on the entirety of the world. You understand? And they got others doing this shit within family dynamics. Magicians sitting here with perversion, corruption within the government. See, they master manipulators. They abuse divination by way of manipulation in an effort to manifest what they want. Serial killer family. Look at this. 10 of Pentacles. This is sitting right up under the 10 of Cups. When somebody's trying to trap you. This is for the love of money. The 10 of Pentacles is all about large windfalls of money, wealth. Okay? Abuse and neglect, collective. Or spirit. Abuse and neglect. Tower. Chaos, tragedies, reckonings, energy surge, sudden upheavals, shake-up of things. Chaos. Problematic situations, destructions, disruptions, deceptions. But it's abuse and neglect. And due to this abuse and neglect, this chaos and these tragedies are occurring, Spirit is saying. Cover up, Spirit. Cover up. Betrayal. This is ultimate betrayal. We've all been stabbed in the back repeatedly, over and over and over again. We were stabbed in the back by your elders, by your family. You were stabbed in the back by your teachers, your preachers, and your leaders. You were stabbed in the back. That's what the 10 of Swords is about. Failure, breakdowns, breakups, backstabs, cruelty, brutality, hate crimes, sabotage, ruin, disloyalty. And there's a cover-up of it all. See, you're supposed to be too brainwashed, dumbed down under mind control. You're supposed to be too ignorant, too foolish to be aware of really what's going on. Hidden. This is the reason why these things are hidden, collective. Yeah, Spirit saying it's the truth. It's clarity. What I'm telling you. Okay? I'm seeing the world here. The world is all about completions and endings. Want to come out on hidden with serial voodoo killer. Spirit, clarify this hidden. Clarify hidden with serial voodoo killer. I'm seeing hierophants. Your hierophants are usually people who act like they have some type of religious values or traditions, spiritual values and traditions. Persons who have ties to well, the hierophants can be seen as rulers, can be seen as leaders, also seen as pastors, priests. They act like they, the right and the wrong, and the conforming, and establishments and institutions and conventions and different things like that. Hierophant is coming out on serial voodoo killer and hidden. See, what I'm telling you, even the Vatican knows this. Yeah, that part. Spirit, clarify murderous mothers. Murderous mothers. Seven of Swords, liars, cheaters, thieves, manipulators, con artists, sneaking and creeping around, trying to get away with something. Two-faced, low-down, dirty backstabbers. Betrayers, cowards, doing things under false pretenses. They only care about their own self-interest, and they're sneaking and creeping around, trying to get away with things, being deceptive and manipulative. That's why they chain to the devil. Spirit is saying. Cult. I also keep seeing the emperors and in justice. Okay? Just want to come out on these cults with this abuse of their money, their power, their privilege, and authority to bully others into submission. So you got some very high-ranking elite men in power and authority. Justice can speak to government. The emperor speaks to the establishments, power, authority, leadership, and different things here. They have a cult. So they're the ones that form these cult covers and secret societies and different things. Spirit, clarify aliens. Aliens. And burdens caused by others. So we have the Three of Pentacles here. So the Three of Pentacles is all about collaborations. Okay, it's a group of individuals, a team of individuals, okay, coming together for the purposes of money. So there's a lot of people who are involved in this. The Three of Pentacles also speaks to binding contracts here, okay. Now this comes out on clarifying burdens caused by others with aliens. So you and look, this looks to be like underground somewhere. So you got a lot of people on the surface of the earth or whatever who's involved in these things due to their affiliations with these cults and different things like that or what have you. Okay, but you're not telling me no other species don't exist. Okay, and they working in collaboration with one another to cause these burdens upon others. Spirit is saying, okay, hocus pocus, spirit, with family and death. What is this hocus pocus? What is this hocus pocus, spirit? Death came out again. This hocus pocus got to be the witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo, hoodoo, hexes, curses, spells, evil eyes, santerias, the root work or whatever that's being done. I feel like this hocus pocus got to be the death spells that is going out on people, the sacrifices that is being made on people. Okay, because family and death came out together, and death is clarifying it. Okay, and we know when it comes to death, death is all about abrupt changes. Okay, transformations. Okay, a death can be to a person, place, or thing, but it's an ending. Spirit, clarify. Something big is about to happen. Something got to do with organized crimes and something within the mountains. Okay. I'm seeing the King of Wands, Sagittarius or Leo. I'm seeing the King of Swords or Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Here, I'm also seeing the Eight of Swords. Okay. Spirit, clarify that something big is about to happen. Yeah, I don't know why a air sign woman and a fire sign man keep coming up with the Eight of Swords. Hold on, guys. Hi, guys. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. Bunch of distractions. Okay. Somebody don't want me getting this message out. But those were important. That was the dentist's office calling me back. I had to I left them a message. Okay, so we were talking about something big about to happen here. Okay, I'm seeing the Two of Swords here, okay? So the Two of Swords is usually speaks to like indecisiveness. It's one being at that crossroads of some type of knee-jerk decision being made in some type of way. At some point in time, somebody goes in a certain direction, makes a certain decision or something here. But whatever this is, it's something big is going to happen from it, Spirit is saying, okay? To clarify, United States citizens has been sold out by the enemy. We have judgment here, okay? So the judgment card is all about a judgment call being made. It's like the sounding of the trumpets, okay? It's a particular mission. It's a particular decision. It's a particular action in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion. So, you know, a lot of this stems from the people being sold out and, you know, sabotage in a certain type of way, which is why the certain things are going on, okay? But you know what I'm saying, and that in itself is bad enough, but what adds insult to injury is those who are closest to us that tell us they love us and they care about us and they offer us all these lies. They feed us regurgitated, fabricated bullshit, okay, because they are sellouts, okay, for the benefit of themselves, okay, for the comfort of themselves, and we're the ones that's left on the chopping block, okay, and we left on the chopping block unknowledgeable, ignorant, and you know what I'm saying, and it while under massive attack, okay, that we were not made aware of, that we were not you know what I'm saying, told to protect ourselves from, or anything, or told anything about, okay, which is even more so of the problem, okay. Spirit, clarify something is terribly wrong with mind control. something is terribly wrong with mind control. They are doing mass mind control on people, brainwashing people. Okay? Not only do these people want to control our thoughts, our actions, our views, what we believe, what we know, what we hear, what we feel, our internal organs, what we think, how, you know what I'm saying? Every aspect of our life. Like, it is fucking crazy. They're literally doing mass mind control on every damn body. Okay? Spirit is saying it's something terribly wrong. That's why you got the Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords is all about mental conflict, stress, worry, depression, anxiety, sleepless nights. Okay, being haunted and taunted, and all kinds of things here. It's like it's like it's psychological trauma. It's yeah, it's mental conflict. Okay, so we clarify this voodoo doll and homicide. What is this voodoo doll and homicide? Okay, so there are persons who are jealous, envious, and intimidated by certain groups of people, I suppose, because the Five of Wands is all about strife, conflict, arguments, personality clashes, disagreements. Okay, but overall, it's about jealousy, envy, hatred, spitefulness, and competition. It's also about retaliation, punishment, payback, and revenge. With the world being here. Okay, so due to some type of retaliation, punishment, payback, or revenge, or jealousy, envy, hatred, or spitefulness, is why homicides are happening. Certain persons with this voodoo doll here, different formulas, aspects of voodoo is being done on people to bring about some type of completion, some type of end of a chapter or cycle in some way, shape, form, or fashion here. Okay, it's very interesting with the Five of Wands in the world here. Okay, because we're really talking about the world. Okay, because it's not like isolated little, one little, two little, three little of us who are experiencing this. Okay, this is happening on a world level. Okay, and a lot of this, all of this, has like been predestined by those in power and authority and leadership and wealthy and in the shadow governments and the satanic powers that be and the wickedness in high places and different things like that, or whatever you do. But you do have a bunch of low life, low level, low vibrational people who are the foot soldiers on the ground, who will basically do anything for money and to cover their own ass, who are sellouts. And in these cults and covets and secret societies, they puppets on the string. They're being used. Okay, but there are the point is there are generations upon generations upon generations that has who was purposely not giving knowledge that they should have to equip them, enable them with the power necessary to combat this and the things that's going on in this world. And that was set up on purpose. This is the reason why, when it comes to the satanic powers that be, this is the reason why they infiltrated the churches. They infiltrated the schools. They infiltrated the families, homes, and different things like that. And they stake claim on everything, because anything that you need, you would have to go through them to get it. And doing so makes you fall in line into their programming and in their fixed structure of what they set up. But it's to your own detriment. It's not done. It's not in an effort for you to evolve in any type of way like they tell you. This is mass destruction. You're coming out here, collective, as the High Priestess and Temperance here, okay? So, as a High Priestess, you are knowledgeable, you're highly intuitive, psychic, empathic. You hold ancient wisdom within you. So, you could be someone who knows the secret knowledge, secret information, occultic knowledge, okay? Or at least to the point of when you awakened, okay? If you're anything like myself, even before I had an awakening, when I was a kid, I don't even think, I can't even really explain to you how I knew. Because I'm an empath, I could just feel it. You ever feel something you can't explain? But I knew when I was a kid that like I always felt like I wasn't from here or didn't belong here. Like the planet in itself. Not like within like of course I felt like that within certain classes of people. You know how you have like certain cliques and groups of people and different things, you just feel like you're outside or you kind of don't belong. But so I felt like that before, but this was like within the world, within this planet. I knew something was wrong when I was younger, but I could not explain it. Like, who the fuck did you tell that to? You understand what I'm saying? I knew something was terribly wrong with this place to the point that I hated this place. And I knew I did not belong. Like, before I went through an awakening, y'all, um, and I embraced my spirituality, my creativity, my talent, skills, and abilities, and different things like that. Because a lot of that stuff was like suppressed within me when I was younger. Um, but before I went through my awakening, which was y'all know was like you know half of my life went by. I was 30 before I you know was awake and all of that was going on or what have you. Only 41 now allegedly. But my entire life, like I was so I felt like this wholeheartedly to that I there was nothing. I've always been good at something, skilled at something, but there was nothing I wanted to do. I used to look at people. You know how you people, when you're growing up, people were like, "Oh, I want to be a hairstylist when I grow up. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. I want to go to the military. I want." Everybody had an ideal of what they wanted to do. Like, I did not. I didn't. Traditional ways of it did not interest me. I did and the only thing that I was actually always been drawn to was like the arts, like creative things. Like growing up, I was like such a square. I was a loner, um, introvert. I didn't have friends. Um, and different things like that. So like movie and TV and movies were my friend. What's my life? Like if you caught me laughing about something, smiling, I was likely watching TV or a movie or something like that or what have you. Or listening to music or something like that or what have you. And so at one point in time, like when I was younger, I was considered tall. I'm nowhere near tall now. Was considered tall today, but in the 90s, I was actually considered tall, which I'm only 5'6.5" now. But when back in the 80s and the 90s, you were tall. But like you got women that's like 6 foot tall, and so like my daughter right now is gonna be taller than me. Her dad's more than 6 feet the hell tall, and she gonna be up there, and it's a shame because she don't even want to go. She don't care nothing at all about the damn NBA, the WNBA. So we can't even fucking go that route. Now you got all this damn height for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or what have you. And she's not into fashion and shit like that or whatever, so she ain't gonna be into no modeling or whatever. She's like perfect, naturally petite and freaking gonna be tall as shit, which would automatically classify you in certain industries like that. Like she don't care about none of that shit, which and I don't want her to, because I know how they are. But anyway, so I'm totally not tall for my age, but back then I was tall. So like the only thing that there's a lot of things that I like, but the things that I did like, it had to do with like creativity and arts, and like I've always been drawn to artistic things, even things that I couldn't physically do myself. I was always drawn to it, and it always had something to do with like artistic things. At one point in time, I wanted to be a model. That was like the only thing. I was like, oh, I wanted to be a model. But when I found out how they treated models, I learned that like models is eating cotton balls and snorting cocaine all day long just to stay fucking skinny, and how these people wanted to, and how they used them and different things. I'm like, yeah, no, not gonna be no model. You know what I'm saying? As type of shit. And so, but that was it. And so I went throughout my entire life. So like, there's things that I can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I taught myself how to braid hair, but I don't want to do hair for a living. I can cook, but I don't want to cook for a living. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's different things I could do, but it was never anything that was like, most of the time people who is good at something or is passionate about something, you know what I'm saying? Like if you, love kids or whatever, you probably, become a teacher or want to own your own daycare, or you know what I'm saying, be a babysitter, you know what I'm saying, something like that, or whatever, where you work with kids or something like that, or whatever. People just have different passions, you know what I'm saying. If you are an athlete, you may want to be a professional athlete and go into doing things like that. There was nothing in life, nothing, not even the things that I was good at, that I wanted to do for a living. And it wasn't until I went through my awakening and I awakened, and Spirit kept telling me, I kept getting this channeled message, go back to, what did you say? I was hearing, do what you do best. Go back to what you know. This is a thing that I was hearing like all the time at the beginning of my awakening. I'm like, what the fuck is it? So I had to think back, because like I told you, a lot of things have been suppressed in me from when I was a kid, because everything I was going through. And so the only thing that I have been doing my entire life is writing. So I was like, okay, it's that. That's it, right? So this is how I started back writing. But I was still writing. Like, I've been writing all my life, but it's always been like stuffed in notebooks and diaries and different things like that. Never in life did I ever imagine writing anything and making it publicly seen or known by anybody else. But this is what Spirit was literally pushing me to do. And in the midst of this, um, Spirit just kind of lifted this veil, and like my spirituality was awakening. And like, it's like when spirituality felt different to me than religion, and it made more sense to me than religion, because I feel like religion was fabricated. I feel like religion was made man-made, or what have you, because certain religions, all these different religions, it has nothing to do with your belief in God and the God that you serve. A religion is technically something that is man-made, that they created and say, hey, this is what we believe in. We act like this, we talk like this, we believe this, we read from this book, this is the order in which this, this and other, this that was man-made. That was man-made, because nothing nowhere else tells you that. You don't understand what I'm saying? Throughout history that you can find anywhere, and it has nothing at all to do with your belief in God. Even the things that they do in the church, they didn't, you can't find that biblically anywhere. They wasn't doing that, okay? And so they have perverse what certain things mean to fit their ideals, okay? You got fake phony fucking Christians who are in the church right now that spends more money, pays more money in tithes and offerings in a year that they have ever spent on their fucking children in their life. Something is wrong with that. That's not what tithes and offerings mean. Back in about, first of all, in the building you're in, the church that you're in, or whatever, they didn't have that shit back in the day. They would fellowship outside. So it's not about you being in a particular building. Tithes and offerings had to do with goods and services and being of service to others. If you were a farmer and you grew corn, and you have other farmer that has eggs and chicken or whatever, and this person was a cook or whatever, these people, y'all will come together with what you have, and fellowship with one another, and be giving and generous to thy neighbor, to others. Thus tithes and offerings. It's not giving a percentage of your earnings to some. You know how that is human and man-made and made up, because everybody ain't always had earnings. But religion has supposedly been around forever, right? If you say believe in Christ, when Christ was going around performing miracles and delivering demons from people, exorcising demons out of people, he didn't ask them people for money. When he was going around, you know, taking two fish and a loaf of bread and feeding a whole army of people, he didn't ask for money from them. None of that. He asked for money for them. The people in your church should not have to give you money. The only reason why you asking for money is because the building that you wanted, you want your flock, your congregation to pay for. The utilities in that building, you want your flock and your congregation to pay for it. But you wanted this building. You wanted to be in this business. You should pay the bill. That's just like you wanting a house, but you want somebody else to pay the bills in that house, to pay for that house for you. That is stupid. You're the one who wanted the house. You pay for that house. You pay for the bills in that house. You pay for whatever that house needs. You understand what I'm saying? You want people to pay all that money, and you walking around in fancy cars and nice homes and taking lavish trips and shit that your people in your congregation can't the fuck do, but they coming to give you every damn thing that they got. And you based a person's faith off of that. You ever been to a church that tell you the more that you sow, the more blessings, that more God is going to bless you? You know how many people don't have jobs? You know how many people who are sick and shut in and can't work? So that means they're not going to be blessed because they ain't able to to send in to pay you no monies, no tithes, and no offers. You are lying, and the truth ain't in you. So that's a different story for a different day. I'm not going into all that, but it's a lot of shit that y'all have learned lied to about, and it's man-made. And these same people that get to be hooping and hollering and pimping from behind the pulpit are also are liars and cheaters and deceivers. They are in secret societies and cults. And secretly, they are really worshiping Lucifer as their God. They refuse to tell their congregation that Lucifer is the God of this earth and that's who they worship as their God. They refuse to tell. But that's exactly who they're worshiping. And they sold out to the government a long time ago. This is the reason why the churches have to conform and obey to everything the government say. And every laws that they pass, even if it contradicts what they have always been telling you. They're sellouts. Especially the ones who are 501c3. Tax free. That's what that means. So it's bullshit. And like I said, most I say, come out of her, my people. You take that how you want to, and that's not me knocking those who are religious in your face. But I'm telling you, your faith base and what you believe in has absolutely nothing to do with a particular person. You're not supposed to put your faith in man, and that's what you do by idolizing whoever your pastor and your first lady is, and giving everything you got and pouring it into that. And they walking around with more than you while you juggling and you struggling. How do you pay more money to complete strangers from some type of organization? That's a cult. That's called a cult. And you live according to how they want you to live. You giving them more money than you have ever even spent on your children. That don't even make logical sense. Some of you haven't taken second mortgages out on your damn home because you giving your cult church with a radical religion everything. Even when everything was closed down through that situation, with the COVID, and they closed everything down. You know, them damn money hungry, greedy pastors told you, just come on by the church and you can just slip your tithes and your offerings right up under the door. Yeah, we closed right now, but just slip your tithes and your offerings. Guess what? When they open the doors back up, why did they have camps set up, shot up in there for you to get the jab for the COVID? Why? Because the government said so. And they fall in line like good little puppies. And y'all, this shit just ain't click dead in yet, huh? What's really going on around here? It's a cult. And just because it's a religious cult, don't make it any different of a cult than every other cult. See, some of you are so blissfully ignorant, you okay with a religious cult, but when somebody say satanic cult, you appalled. Oh my God, how dark is that? You got no idea how much dark, sick, twisted, freaky, sneaky, creepy shit going on right in your religious cult. Fake phony Christians, liars, greed. Listen to your intuition, collective. Listen to your intuition. You could be a chosen one. You could be an earth angel. You can be one of the 144,000 collective. Okay, but you, whoever you are, you have this divine angelic connection to the spirit realm, to the Most High. You could be an earth angel, though. Okay, there's something about you that shines brightly. Whether you're a popular, well known, or a star seed, or something. It's like the sky's the limit for you. It's like you was meant to succeed in some type of way, or be this bright shooting star in some type of way. Here, okay, you were coming out as a high priestess, the temperance, and the star here, and it could be more than one of you. Also, you got the wisdom keeper here, as well as psychic here, okay, and you have the highly intuitive psychic here that came out here as well with intuition here. So I feel like for those of you all who's listening to this message here, this is the energies that we talked about today. This is your energy over here, and this is the energies that we talked about today. I feel like this is all what we've talked about today has been on your mind before, okay, and I'm just verbalizing it for you. But yeah, like I said, y'all, there was like my entire life, like I knew when I was a kid something was wrong with this place, but I could not quite explain it and understand it all the way. And I understand why now, that I'm grown and have gone through an awakening. I was able to understand why I always felt like that. I felt like something was wrong with this place. I felt like I did not belong here, or like I wasn't from here, or what have you. I felt like the woman who they said was my mother was never my mother, and I always have felt like that there was like a double of me, like a twin or something like that, or what have you. These were things that I felt when I was a child for no reason at all, and I could not explain it, or what have you. And so, um, and why everybody else wanted to be such and such and this and that and the other when they grew up or whatever, it was like null and void there for me. And it wasn't until I awakened and I embraced my spirit, had me to embrace my creativity again and my spirituality, different things, where I literally for the first time, but when I started tarot, I was so, and embraced my spirituality, I was so freaking in love with that. And I have never felt that way in life about nothing. It was like having the feeling. I don't know if any of you all have ever had this feeling. It don't have to be about like, anything like this, but having this overwhelming feeling, like it just like something that just like fulfills you and bring you so much joy to the point where you feel like you was destined to do something, meant to do something, you're supposed to do something. Like whenever you find that something, and it literally could be anything, because everybody's not the same. You are just in love with that thing. So much so that you would do that thing even if you wasn't paid a dime for doing it. But for the first time in life, I felt like I belonged, like I found what I was supposed to be doing. And it's probably other things that branch off from just on the surface just reading tarot, but it's about spirituality. You understand what I'm saying? And I had never really embraced my spirituality before, but when I did, it was just like a whole new freaking world. And I was like, but for the first time, without pressure, without cause, without force, without uh being indoctrinated into something by someone else, I found that it felt like I had found that thing, like the thing that everybody else had, and it was like, oh, I want to be such and such when I grow up, and they just felt like they was really really passionate about this, that, and the other. It's how I felt. Okay, when I went through an awakening, after I went through an awakening and embraced my creativity and all this other kind of stuff, and so it wasn't long after that I started being targeted and different things or what have you. Um, but yeah, I knew that this place was like seriously messed up. Like something was seriously wrong, and it's so wrong that you can't start up here at the highest level of people, because most things, what I'm saying, how everything bad, wrong, evil that go on is all blamed on the devil. You know what I'm saying? So anything bad, wrong, evil going in the world is automatically is split. It's put on the devil and it's put on those highest in fucking power. But you don't even understand the crevices of problems is in the root. The root is within your supposed families. Okay? Because when you think about when a seed is planted into the ground, those roots interconnect within the soil, and that plant grows up. okay, to something higher. You know what I'm saying? If you start off at up here, that's higher, you know what I'm saying, and trickle your way down, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a chain of a command, okay? Something. You have to start at the root of something. This shit is in the depth of the root of the problem. All the way up. But yeah, that's what's going on here, guys. Okay? So I do hope that this is giving you all the truth and the clarity that you were seeking pertaining to the situation that you were dealing with, or pertaining to the situation you may notice someone else is dealing with if you are cross watching. Okay? Um, For those of you who would like to contact me, you can do so at tip.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is shine bright like a diamond 36 with the underscore between each word. For any person who's interested in donating to the channel, it is greatly appreciated. I do thank you in advance. You can do so through Cash App, which is $tip diamond36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me/@36diamond. As always, guys, you'll take care of yourself, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, when this is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There is wickedness in high places, and there is evil that is lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings. Watch the company you keep, watch surroundings and the company in which your children are in as well, and considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey. Keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God. Guys, in closing, I am seeing here what is happening, what is going on as it relates to this. Okay, I'm seeing sacred lust here. Okay, this has to do with the sacred lust of the persons who are involved here. Okay, I'm also seeing pleasure here, sacred lust, pleasure, desire here, okay, which is the reason, the cause, okay, the problematic situation of these people with persons being trapped, the fake, the frauds, the fraudulent, the phony individuals here, these people who are chained, you know, in this chain gang, chained to the devil, the corruption within the government. Spirit is saying, okay, betrayal. We also have storms and grief here. Okay? So these people's sacred lust. See, everything that's going on is for their own ill will, for their own pleasure, for their own desire here. But it's their sacred lust here, okay? If you look at these people here, these people here, you see this woman standing on the back of this line. You see the moon up here. These are things that's going on in the shadows. You see these individuals over here that almost look like pharaohs or something like that, or what have you. This woman is sitting here naked. She's got these snakes wrapped all around her. You got the lion here, or what have you. This is due to these people higher up, their sacred lust, their pleasure, their desire here. Okay, they have ultimately betrayed the people, and even infiltrated families. Churches, you know, all different aspects that we talk about. This is ultimate betrayal, sabotage, ruin, cruelty, evil that has caused these storms, this chaos, these problematic situations, okay? And thus grief in this world. Okay? And this is what everybody is suffering from. Okay, again, I'm seeing intuition here. You got another intuition card coming out here, collective. Listen to your intuition. Follow your wisdom. Okay, I'm seeing truth here. When it comes to you, the truth here, you could be doing what I'm doing here. You could be speaking some type of truth here. Okay, or speaking the truth about these things here. Okay, the Spirit is saying. And collective, if you are this energy just right here, you are someone who is very brazen here, okay? But due to this truth here, you could be receiving some type of good juju, and some type of miracles could take place for you or what have you, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people who are yet and still unaware. Okay? Yeah. I'm seeing awakening and divine lineage here. Okay? So many of you are awakening. Okay? Becoming aware of your divine lineage. Okay? If things like this has been on your mind here. Okay? Which is, I'm not sure if many people, I'm pretty sure there's probably some other people, who may think like I think or think about these things, or whether they vocalize them and speak to others about it. Spirit wants you to live out loud, collective. Okay? But this is what's going on. All of this that we are experiencing that is happening in the world is due to the sacred lust, the pleasure, and the desires of the corruption, from the corruption within the government to higher ups here. Okay? But the corruption is dwindled, has shrinkled down to the roots of our very foundation, guys. Okay? Thus is where the betrayal comes from, which is what has caused the storms. Okay? Oya energy. Okay? The storms is like the tower. Okay? Chaos and tragedies and problematic situations and disruptions and different things. Okay? Yeah, there's that wounded healer energy again, collective. Okay? And this is the reason for all the grief and the sorrow within the world. Okay? That's what's going on here, though. Secrets revealed. Okay? So what we discussed here today are these people's secrets. These secrets being revealed as to what is really going on around here. And those who are really behind it, because you still got a lot of people, fake, phony, fraudulent as individual, that is parading around, acting like they're just as righteous and upstanding as they want to be when they know they are a part of the problem. Okay? These people know that they are a part of the problem. And they gaslight you to your face and want you to believe, oh, it's not what, those things aren't happening. It's not what you are feeling. It's not what you think it is. This is not going on. Everything's okay. You are right. You know what I'm saying? And you speak loud enough, then that's when maybe you need to talk to someone. Maybe you need to see someone. Maybe you need some type of help or something like that, when they know full well what the hell you are talking about. And what you're feeling and what you're experiencing is matter-of-factly real. It's matter-of-factly going on. But these people are a part of the neglect, the abuse, the illusion, the corruption, secrets revealed, shame here for what these people have going on. Okay? So anyway, guys, till the next time, peace. I am that I am, created in the image of God.